Hi, welcome back. It's Tuesday, and after discussing this on the philco forum, and then I got a call from one of the guys in my club, and I asked him, and he's a retired radio repairman from he used to work for RCA's factory service in Richardson, Texas, until 2002. So I bent his ear on this one too, and also I spoke to Dennis on the phone, and I spoke to him last, and gave him the two ideas that I got from two other people, which were all the same idea, and he had come to the same conclusion too. I thought about it, but I didn't know exactly where to put it. But anyway, to make a short story long, what we did was, since the compensator was bottoming out, I could not get the low end of the band at 580. The compensator would be fully tight before I got anywhere near 580. So basically, we kind of, I suspected the oscillator coil, but that's only because it looked so funky. But I'm just wondering now, maybe this radio had this issue when it was repaired at one point, because all the mica condensers around the coils have been replaced with the same values they were, but it just, and plus that coil had been messed with. It may be taken out and then put back. It kind of looks like it was taken out and put back, or replaced even. I don't know. There's no part number on it, so I'm just trying to get this up so I can show you guys. So what I did, and now it's dark. I'm gonna grab my light, which is completely unplugged. All right, hold on just a second. Okay, well, I'm back, and so's my light. Alrighty. So, pattern 20, if I can find it in my viewfinder here. So, this is the oscillator that I suspected. Here, this is the one that was bottoming out. This is 20. This is the pattern. This is the oscillator that I think was either replaced or taken out or something. It was messed with at some point. This is the 2000. This is the 2000 picofarad. That was the Aerovox I had replaced. That it didn't specify whether it was mica, so I put a 2000 back in there. I actually tried the Aerovox first. That didn't work, so I replaced it with one of the ones I bought, the 2%ers. But this one here has been replaced. And this one here has been replaced. I'm just looking to see. I didn't even bother to look on the schematic for whether those were attached to the oscillator, because I was too busy trying to try this thing. So, no, they're not. They connect in and around the switch, so I don't know. But I'm just wondering, like I said, if somebody was trying to fix this issue. So basically what I was told to do was try a 100 to a 220. Okay, everybody's getting motion sick here. Capacitor to basically boost the range of the one that's in there. Oh, it just does not want to focus. There we go. So I put that in parallel, and as you know, that adds to it. While I was in there last night, I happened to test the 68K resistor here, and I thought I had tested it before, or maybe I did, and figured it was 20% because it was at 7.8K. I replaced it because the one that was on there was in a... I didn't really think it would make a difference, but I was kind of grasping at straws. I don't know what I did with it now. I must have already thrown it away, but it had a silver band on it, so that's 10%. So 10% of 6,800 is 680, so that's out of tolerance for that. So I went ahead and replaced it. It was an easy enough thing to do since it's right there. Anyway, so I was able to get 580 done. And I went through the rest of the alignment again. I didn't do it inside the cabinet, so I'm going to put it back in there and see how off it is. I may have to do it again. But at least on the bench, it's done. So the only problem I have is that 1080 still comes in high. It comes in at 1100. And 1190 comes in at 1200. But I mean, that's livable. I mean, the 100 is livable. The 1080 coming in at 1100, I've actually had on a couple of different radios. The 610, for example, 580 comes in at 600 no matter what I do, even though the dial had been changed. I guess that was kind of what I was blaming it on. But anyway, so let me get this back in the cabinet. We'll see what happens. So we'll be right back. Alright, well, welcome back. Let me tell you what, this radio is going to win the Pain in the Ass Alignment Award of the Year. Just so you know. Well, you can still hear the tone. Oh, I am pulled back all the way. So, basically, doing the shortwave. Oh, you know, as much as I hate, you know, I don't want to show you because I'm just tired of this radio now. Doing the shortwave bands on here, when you adjust the shortwave oscillator, 21B and 21A, or 21A and 21B, the instructions say to peak, well, for the 12 megacycle range, maximum range, it says to adjust compensator 21A to the first signal peak from the tight closed position. And by the way, you can breathe on it and go past it, just so you know. So once you do that one, then you have to come over here and do the antenna, which is more of a fine-tuning, and then go back and forth, and then you have to do something they call rolling the condenser, where you just kind of have to rock it a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right as you're adjusting to get maximum peak. As I mentioned, you'd have to do that on 6, 12, and 18, and, well, 580. So it's still off a little bit down on the broadcast band, but I'm just going to live with it. I think I already told you that, yeah. And it still is, but I did have to realign it when I put it back in the cabinet because it was off a lot. The other thing is when it's off, I've noticed it's really susceptible to static. It probably still is. Anyway, so I'm not going to keep babbling about this. I just wanted to let you know I did that. I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a minute and flip the radio around, and let's check out the dial, and hopefully I can tune something in, because there's a lot of noise on the AM band here at night. It didn't used to be that bad, but recently there's just been this really horrendous fluorescent light sounding noise that I thought was just this radio, until I realized the other day when I was listening to the other radios that it was happening on them. And then when I turned my radio on at night on the clock radio and put it on sleep, while I'm sitting there starting to doze off, that damn noise comes up. So I don't know if it's something I bought or something somebody did, or they replaced a light around here or what, but it comes and goes every few minutes. And even on a powerful station you can hear it a little bit. Now on a weaker station it's just awful. But anyway, let me flip this around. I'll be right back. Okay, so anyway, it's turned around. I'd rather have you play this during the day, because that static is so bad that whatever happens especially in this radio. When you tune in, the static does go away, but it's like the tone automatically kicks in more. So it sounds like I have it turned way down. But anyway, also I wanted to show you I did get the dial light, or the lens. I'm probably going to swap the bulb back out because I put one of those LEDs in there and I don't like it. But I'll show you what I bought. It's basically just this little 9.5mm $1 panel lamp. It's round on the end, and the inside piece comes out. It's got a neon lamp in it. Of course, when I did this the other day, it popped right out. There it goes. So here's the piece, and then I didn't even have to do anything. I just shoved it in the hole. And it's got a little collar on the end, so now it wants to stay. But as best as we can tell, this is about as close to the original as we're going to get. It took me quite a while to find this. As some of you know, I was kind of obsessed with finding it. Especially Bobby. He knows that I was rather obsessed because we were messaging about it. But anyway, so let me just turn this off for a moment so you can see what it looks like up close in the radio. There you go. And then when I turn it on, and like I said, that's got an LED in it and I don't like it, so I think I'll just go ahead and put a 44 bulb in there like it's supposed to be. There's a 10 ohm resistor on there to drop the 6.3 down to 4.6 volts if I did my Ohm's law correctly. And I suppose that's supposed to give the number 44 lamp a little extra life. It also makes it a little dimmer and a little more pleasing on the eyes. Anyway, so I'll probably go ahead and put that back. But anyway, so like I said, this panel lamp worked fine, 9.5mm. So you know, I mean, that's pretty much 3/8 of an inch. And it fits snug, but it slipped in pretty easy, so... Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll turn this up for now. And I want you to hear the static, too. I mean, it's bad. Once it finds a station, you know, it calms down a bit, but... And it's everywhere.
No. Offshore automated phone tree support okay? No. Then yes, we can help.
Anyhow, so the other thing I was doing is I was messing around with the controls. I mean the push buttons. So I went ahead and now I got to fix it because I did it before I aligned it, but that's 580, but that was tuning in when it was in the other direction. So was that. KRLD. Interestingly, the radio sounds better not on the push buttons.
Available now at the lowest price guaranteed. Shop Goldsmith and Goldsmith.com.
Let's see. That's the country station. My broadcaster. You can hear it definitely through here. Oops. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting that the buttons, button tuner doesn't sound quite as good. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and make a recording of this during the day, but because I still have to finish this here. I need to put some felt on the side here, and I have to deal with the paint that's all chipped off and the rust. And I got to put new, what do you call these things? The station tabs. So, anyhow, so moving right along. I guess there will be another video, and now I got to polish this thing up because I got grimy fingerprints all over it from pushing it all over the place and so on and so forth. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.